Welcome back. She was the president's wife at a time when her country was in crisis. She was affected by the aftermath of the crisis, but has risen above it all and now holds a political position in the country. Let's meet her.
Liberia, a country once known for war and conflict, is gradually rebuilding its image. Women were crucial in bringing peace to the country and now a critical part of this rebuilding process. It is also hailed as the country to produce the first ever elected African female president, Ellen Sirleaf Johnson. One woman in the country has attracted international recognition despite political and global prejudices. She is Senator Jewel Howard Taylor, the former wife of ex-Liberian President Charles Taylor and now senior senator of Bong County. Taylor tells of her humble beginnings.
I'm a young lady who was born in a very poor family. My parents were medical professionals, but at the lower rung. In the 50s and 60s, Africans were not allowed to become doctors. And so both of my parents went to medical school, but they became nurses. It was not till much later on that my father got a chance to visit America and he became an anesthesiologist as a professional person. But my lineage is very humble.
Her beginning in no way prepared her for the journey she was about to embark on, her return home and her marriage to Charles Taylor.
Well, I went to school in America after I graduated from the University of Liberia, and I came home in 1996, just in the beginning of the crisis of our country. We had had a civil war for a few years, and I came home to be deputy governor of the central bank. I had gotten a master's in banking, and I was offered this opportunity to be deputy governor of the bank. And then I married Mr. Charles Taylor and became first lady. Again, nothing I ever imagined. Unfortunately, I became first lady in a crisis period. So when I look back at the 6 years, it was a real difficult struggle.
During his tenure, her husband, Charles Taylor, was accused of war crimes and crimes against humanity. This led to the detention in 2006 and subsequent sentencing of 50 years imprisonment. Jewel was not unaffected by all this, as though she was cleared of any involvement in her husband's crimes. A UN travel ban was placed on her.
No one should have been talking to me, less than dealing with me anyways. And I felt caged. The sad thing for me was that I know that crimes are not transferable, but because I was a member of a particular family, I was bundled up with everybody else and we were put on this list.
Her road to prominence did not have a smooth beginning.
When someone told me, since you can't find a job, go for an elected office. I said, who, me? What am I going to do in an elected office? I had no clue. And it was the most scariest thing for me. And so I find myself, after a few months, elected as senator for the third largest county.
Looking back, she says there was very little she could have done differently. She was using her present position to improve the lives of her people.
Because you will realize that at the end of the day, you weren't able to serve everyone. And that was something that called me at the end of every day. Because there were still many, many more people standing and saying, we didn't get any food, or I don't have a blanket, or my daughter is ill. And for me, that was something that was difficult because in as much as we tried to do something, it wasn't enough. Because as a politician, you represent your people, but you must also provide some basic things for them. And so I've gone out of my way to provide educational opportunities for the people of the state that I represent.
Her ascent in politics has not come without a prize. One that she believes most women have to contend with was building a career.
Women who want to succeed, women who want to make a difference, most times you spend so much time outside of your home that your children are left a little lonely, and I have that problem.
She sees the Taylor's name as a blessing but also a burden, and this makes it difficult for her to loosen up.
I come to the table with the Taylor name, with all of the positive things that it gives and all of the negative things. So whenever you appear somewhere, if people are walking 2 paces, you have to walk 4.
To her, challenges are nothing more than stepping stones on one's path to greatness. This is one lesson she has learned from experience.
Now it's time to visit the world of jewelries. Just how comfortable would you be without your jewelries?
They come in different designs, shapes, sizes, and colors. Jewelries are a woman's best friend. From earrings to bracelets, anklets, rings, necklaces, most women just can't get enough of them. Ask any woman about the piece of jewelry she has on, and there's usually a story attached to it. While some say it is used to convey a message from the wearer to the rest of the world, for instance, a woman and her wedding ring, others say it is used to enhance their looks.
Something my mom gave to me, of course, I'll cherish more than something maybe I just bought because I thought it was pretty.
African women like to be beautiful. We are beautiful, but we also like to enhance our beauty with jewelry, makeup, clothing, and things like that.
Wearing jewelries may not be synonymous to a specific location, but African women have a flair for over-the-top jewelries. We spoke to different women to get their opinions on the use of jewelries.
Not just about jewelry, it's about anything beautiful. Women love anything beautiful.
Jewelries are pretty. They're pretty little things that you want, it glitters and, you want to look pretty when you put on the jewelry.
Men are just after the beauty, the aesthetic value of the jewelry, and so if the jewelry is beautiful, they won't wait.
Whatever the reason, the jewel industry is certainly cashing in. A Nigerian jeweler speaks with us on the origin of jewelries and the relationship women have with it.
What I know about jewelry is that it did come, it has been dated way back, far back as 1100s. So and it wasn't only limited to the women, even the African men wore jewelry. They wore bones. Bones were used as jewelry, woods, to signify transition from boyhood to manhood. Basically, we African women like to wear jewelry. We want to depict our social status in terms of wealth, in terms of positioning in the society, and we also wear it for fashion purposes, like to adorn ourselves, to beautify ourselves for ceremonies, weddings, particularly back in Nigeria. Jewelry, especially the beaded jewelry, it's a well-known craze right now.
It is also believed that buying jewelries are a huge investment, which could come in handy on a rainy day.
Because it's valuable, especially the precious metal jewelry, because we also have different types of jewelry. We have the fashion jewelry, which has no value, and the precious metal jewelry, which has value, where you can resell at higher value in time. If you needed the money, or probably you just find out that the money has gone up, it's even higher than what you bought it, it also has a second-hand value.
Though it varies from woman to woman, jewelries are certainly staple items for most women, and amidst the changing trends, jewelries have maintained their presence in the market.
Just before we go, let's inspire you with these quotes. In the words of Mae Jemison, never limit yourself because of others' limited imagination. Never limit others because of your own limited imagination. And according to George Washington, when you do the common things in life in an uncommon way, you will command the attention of the world. We would like to hear from you. Please like our Facebook page, A Woman's World TVC News. You can also follow us at TVC Woman's World. With that, we have come to the end of today's episode. Don't forget to tune in next time. I am Oyinlola Sally.